Humans, so today I'm going to replace the heating element on this Samsung dryer, and it is this model right here, the 50R 5400 volt A3, and here's the element right here in a package. I can't remember the name of the people that we ordered it from. Around 80 bucks. Okay, first things first, I'm going to unscrew this. Unscrew these two screws here to take the front plate off. And eventually I got to take this off. And I don't know what I'm doing, so it's not step by step. Now there were two screws right here. This screw, I unscrewed the top. That way, this can come undone, like so, the lid. See the drum, and then I'm going to unscrew these. Right here. I already unscrewed these three right in the front, so this should pull off. And the element should be down here on the right side in the bottom. Okay, so I unscrewed these right here, 3 screws, boom, boom, boom. And that pulled this face off gently. And then there's a connection that goes right here, very critical. Okay, it's not locked in, it just pulls right out. The wires are very thin, so I had to be careful pulling it so I don't pull the sheathing off it. And now it just hinges down. The door just hinges down like so. And I can see the heating element down here. And that's my next step. Okay, so the element sits right there. You can see, you can actually see the little springy dingy thing in there. Okay, so I got to pull this out. That screw. And this screw down here. And remove that bracket. It should take about a minute. All right, so I unscrewed the screws there. Let's see. I'm in a cramped space, so I need freaking one hand to do stuff. So this should come out pretty easy. All right. I think. All right, I need 2 hands. Okay, so what I did is unbolted this bracket here, and then this flange here, where the element is, I had to pull this back. It's soft metal. And there was a screw right in here that I had to unbolt. And now this should come out pretty easy. Yeah, it comes out. All right. Hang on a second. So I got the thing out. What I had to do here, since this bracket has 2 screws behind here, I just bent it because it's soft metal, soft tin to get this thing out of here. So now the element shroud is right here. Okay, and now what I got to do, and I had to unclip this. And that's for the door or something. I don't know. But I'll clip it back. But you can see the different wires that go here. So I'm making a video of this so I can remember which wires went where. And I got to undo those wires and then pull the element out. All right, so video this so I can remember where those wires went. Okay, the red goes on the top there. So I got everything out. So I don't have a photographic memory. And now the next step, pull the element out of this housing. Okay, so I removed all these screws for this housing here. Pulled the element out. And now I've got to make sure I do it the right way. Let me double check. Let me go ahead and film this so I know. And then I'm going to look for the problems. See where, it's kind of like a light bulb. That's all this is, like a filament inside a light bulb.
To me, that one looks way bigger, Matt.
No, it's the same one. I'm pretty sure. We'll find out. So the next thing I had to do is this porcelain piece here. I had to unscrew this. And then these pieces here that went to the element. There's these little tabs. You got to take a pair of pliers and pull the little stoppers, the little clippers back so it'll slide out. And comes right out. This thing back in. Wires went back the same spot. And then that little clip there goes to this clip here. I'll do that after I install this thing. And then I took this thing off, 3 screws. There was a whole lot of lint inside there, and I'm wondering if the heat didn't work because maybe there's a safety feature on here that if it overheats, it shuts off. I'm hoping that's what it is, but anyway, it doesn't matter if we got a new element anyway. Since the old element didn't look too bad, actually. It's a little charred, but there's no breaks in it. It's kind of like a light bulb filament. Didn't look too bad. All right, so now next step. Okay, so I found the problem with this element. And there's the brake right there. Hard to see, and I spotted it drinking coffee because I was wondering if Samsung has a feature, which they do, and I looked it up, that if the lint dryer gets clogged up, the heating element will shut off automatically for ventilation problems. But that wasn't the case here. This is a broken element, so that's clearly the problem. And there's something I learned here. I didn't have to unbolt these bolts back here at all, because this thing here, the way it works, is that this lid will actually pop off. There's just a couple of whatchamacallits.
Clips.
It's clips, yeah. And they're tight now, but they're clips. All you got to do is pop this up, and there's a hinge in the back. Okay, the hinge in the back, this thing lifts up like a hood on a car. That way you can access all this stuff. And it's pretty easy. So you don't actually have to work on the back of it to change the element on this thing. So I'm learning as I go. It's cool. Okay, so things plugged back in. We got heat, been testing it. Total time was probably like 30 minutes. That's without stopping to take a leak and drink coffee in between. But that's how that goes. About 30 minutes. Okay, so the thing's put back together, all the screws, just the way I took them out. That's pretty self-explanatory, the mechanical side. And then you gotta put these little clips. They're like, hang on, keep it up. There we go. All right, so these little clips here, make sure it's out of the way. All right. Okay, come on. I got time. All right. These little clips here, and then these little things snap, put the lid, with your fingers, and that's it. So this thing works. We got power, we tested it, and it works. Over and out.